is Noor Binti SHAHIDA and my matrix number is DN240170. So today I'm going to explain about the introduction for our project, ethanol production by fermentation. Okay, so for the introduction, I had my 4 points, which is firstly, economic importance ethanol in Malaysia, and secondly, choosing API method, and thirdly, 1.3 ethanol production by fermentation with API method, and 1.4 strategic benefits of BLMOT in ethanol production. Okay, so for 1.1, the ethanol production in Malaysia holds considerable economic and environmental promise by enhancing energy security, reducing greenhouse gas emission, and supporting rural economies. Despite current challenges such as limited feedstock availability and regulatory gaps, Malaysia's strong palm oil industry and potential use of agricultural waste provide a viable pathway forward. Local bioethanol production could diversity income for agricultural sectors, generate employment, and improve public health through reduced pollution. With appropriate policy support such as blending mandates and strategic partnership under the BLMOT model, Malaysia can establish a competitive and sustainable ethanol industry that align with national energy and climate goals. For 1.2, the build, lease, maintain, operate, transfer BLMOT model offers a comprehensive and effective framework for the development of an ethanol production plant via fermentation, aligning well with the long-term infrastructure needs of such industrial projects. By involving the private sector throughout the facility's entire life cycle from design and construction to operation and final transfer, BLMOT ensures efficient use of capital, sustained operational excellence, and clear accountability. Each phase, build, lease, maintain, operate, and transfer plays a crucial role in ensuring the plant is financially viable, technologically sound, and well maintained, while ultimately enabling pro-nature Sdn Bhd to assume ownership of a fully functional and optimized facility at the end of the concession period. Okay, so next we go for 1.3. Ethanol production through fermentation is a sustainable and technically demanding process that aligns well with the build, lease, maintain, operate, transfer BLMOT model, which ensures efficient project execution and long-term operational success. By entrusting the private partner with the design, construction, maintenance, and operation of the facility, the model promotes high performance, regulatory compliance, and effective knowledge transfer. This reduces financial and operational risk for pro-nature, while ensuring the delivery of a fully functional, optimized, and market-proven ethanol plant at the end of the lease period, positioning them to seamlessly continue a stable and profitable operation. Okay, so lastly, for 1.4, the BLMOT model offers a robust and balanced approach for developing ethanol fermentation facilities by effectively distributing financial and operational responsibilities between the private and public sectors. It's not only minimize upfront government expenditure and risk, but also incentivize private partners to maintain high operational standard, ensure regulatory compliance, and drive innovation. The model supports long-term sustainability goals through technology transfer, capacity building, and workforce development, while its structural financial design enables stable budgeting and cash flow management. Ultimately, BLMOT provides Malaysia with a strategic pathway to advance its bioindustry infrastructure, aligning with national objectives in energy security, environmental protection, and industrial growth. Thank you.
Hi, my name is JAYANJELI MANIMARAN and my matrix number is CN240340. So, the ethanol production project adopts the BLMOT model, which ensures sustainability, scalability, and cost effectiveness. This approach supports Malaysia's national objectives, including emission reduction, energy security, and green technology advancement. Firstly, the project engages private sector participation in design, financing, construction, and operation. This reduces the financial burden on the public sector and ensures the use of professional expertise and quality infrastructure. Secondly, during the concession period, the facility is operated and maintained by the private partner. Once the period ends, Full ownership is transferred to Pro Nature Sendirian Berhad with plant fully functional, compliant and commercially validated. Thirdly, the strategy aligns with Malaysia's commitments under the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals. Ethanol, being a clean and renewable fuel, contributes to emission reduction and the development of a circular bioeconomy. Last but not least, the ethanol produced will be supplied to various sectors such as biofuels, pharmaceuticals, food and beverage, chemicals and cosmetics. This multi-sector approach ensures diverse revenue streams and strengthens commercialization potential. Now we are going to look at the strategic impacts on business and customer needs. Firstly, we are going to look at the risk sharing and operational efficiency. The BLMOT model allows risk to be shared between the public and private sectors. The private partner is responsible for capital investment, facility, construction and day-to-day operations. This structured leasing approach ensures accountability, consistent quality and predictable budgeting over the concession period. As for the impacts on customer needs, from the customer's perspective, this results in a steady and reliable ethanol supply. The facility is maintained to meet strict regulatory standards such as ISO and FDA, which minimizes delays and builds long-term trust, especially among industrial clients. Secondly, knowledge transfer and workplace development. A key part of the strategy involves developing local technical expertise. During the operation phase, engineers and plant staff gain practical skills in biofermentation and plant management. This reduces future dependence on foreign experts and supports future scalability, including potential exports of both ethanol and technical services. As for the impact on customer needs, for customers, this means faster response times, better after-sales support and improved traceability, especially important for pharmaceutical, food and regulated sectors that rely on strict quality controls and compliance. Last but not least, sustainability and green market positioning. The facility uses renewable feedstocks such as agricultural waste and palm oil byproducts, positioning the business within the green energy sector. This approach allows eligibility for carbon credits, AST-linked funding and government subsidies, while also enhancing reputation in sustainable markets. As for the impact on customer needs, environmentally conscious customers benefits directly as the ethanol helps them meet sustainability targets and AST goals. Transparent, low-emission sourcing supports green procurement policies and appeals strongly to industries like cosmetics, food and beverage, and also biofuels.
In our group project, we use business model canvas, or also known as BMC, to help us visualize our business model, because it provides structure and organization for us to assess and reflect of our model efficiency. And other than that, because BMC help us to generate value, determine our resource required, and also help us to determine how to generate revenue, and also help us to determine the short or long term of our projection. So what the advantage of using business model canvas? The first advantage for a company is help the company to focus, because the element in the BMC is related to each other, and it enables the company to comprehend how element in the company related to each other. Other than that, it also helps to concentrate on the strategic component that are most important and will have the biggest influence on the growth of the company. The second advantage of using BMC is visual clarity and insightful communication. So naturally, our brain sometimes cannot proceed information in a visual or wordy form. So this BMC, it makes use our brain natural capacity to process the visual capacity quickly, and we sometimes also cannot imagine which aspect we need to improve in a certain aspect in our company. So this BMC, it helps us to figure out which aspect to improve for our company growth. The last advantage of using business model canvas is reduce risk of failure. BMC will assist us to carry out the necessary steps to bring out our idea to market, and because it relates the revenue of our company, the activity that we have to do in order to generate more income, and it also helps us to plan the marketing and sales strategy. This is our company BMC. In the customer segment part, we choose biofuel producer, chemical manufacturer, pharmaceutical firm, and food and beverage, and also cosmetic company. In the customer relationship, we choose B2B contract and certification and compliance guarantee such as ISO and FDA. In the value professional, we put renewable and carbon neutral ethanol, competitive cost profit, multi-sector applicability such as fuel, pharma, and food. And in the key activities, what we need to do is the raw material procurement, which is glucose, fermentation process and distillation and purification, waste byproduct management, and the last one is quality assurance of the ethanol and purity. On the key partner, we choose yeast and enzyme, supplier of the semis, agricultural supplier such as sugarcane and glucose, and environment compliance agency, and also academic institution. For the channel, how it talk about how our company sold our products. We will sell it direct sales to the industry ethanol consumer. We also will sell it through online platform, and we also distribute it to fuel grade ethanol. For the key research, what we will do is fermentation reactor, we also will have skill labor, utility system, mass balance model, and process flow infrastructure, and the last one is capital investment. For the revenue stream, how we generate our income, it's based on the sale of ethanol at 1 ringgit and 39 cents per pound, and government subsidies or carbon credits for biofuel production, and premium sale for high purity ethanol. And the last one is cost structure. The first one is variable cost, raw material, which is glucose at 1 ringgit 24 pound. Utilities for the water, electric, and steam, and the enzyme or the yeast. For the fixed cost, the cost is from the equipment and installation, maintenance, and the last one is the labor. For the other costs, the hidden cost of our company production is the waste treatment, the licensing, and the quality purchase, and quantity purchase, and certification.
Assalamualaikum, my name is IMANINA Binti ASFANIZAN, and I will explain the case study of bidding ethics. So recently, our company had secured a contract to produce ethanol through fermentation. However, midway, one of our engineers spotted a design error that was unfortunately approved during the bidding phase. In response, we took 3 key steps. So firstly, we prioritized transparency. We promptly disclosed the design error to the client and relevant stakeholders, explaining the potential risks and implications involved. As engineers, honesty is fundamental, especially when public safety and trust are at stake. Addressing these issues early prevents bigger problems later and reinforces our credibility as an engineer. Second, we assess how the error impacts safety, performance, and cost. Our team analyzed if it affected critical fermentation conditions like temperature, pH, or oxygen levels. Based on this, we will propose practical corrective measures or alternative design solutions, which are revising the design, concluding additional analysis, or implementing safeguards during constructions. So this prioritize safety and quality of the speed or savings. Third, we created a risk management plan. Put together a risk management plan that includes revising project schedules, budgets, and resources to make room for the needed changes. This included adjusting timelines, budgets, and resources while coordinating with all departments. We also documented every decision and action taken to ensure legal compliance, accountability, and transparency. By taking these steps, we not only solved the issue but demonstrated our commitment to ethical engineering and responsible project management.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Arif. For my part, I will explain about cost of life case study from our ethanol plant project under the BLMOT model. The company planned to reduce costs by cutting safety design system to save working capital, but this brings serious ethical concerns because ethanol is very flammable and also reactive. If safety is weak, it can cause explosion, injured, or even death. As future engineer, we must protect our life workers. So the first solution is space safety investment. This means we install the most important safety system first, like fire extinguisher and also gas detector. Later, we can add backup system or automation when the plant start making profit. This helps to reduce early costs but still protect workers from dangerous. Our second solution is using certified cost-effective technologies. There are cheaper safety tools but still approved and also safe to use. For example, molecular device, smart sensor, and also open source safety software. This helps the company follow the safety rules with the less cost. So for the third solution is create strategy safety partnership. The company can work with outside experts like safety auditor or insurance company. They can help with safety check, give technical advice, and also even help pay for improvement. This way, safety responsibility is shared and the company stay honest and trusted.
Is business process downsizing. It is a process of permanently reducing a company's workforce by eliminating divisions or employees that are no longer contributing to performance. It's a common organizational practice, especially during economic downturns or corporate restructuring, and is often seen as the fastest way to reduce expenses. Beyond cutting costs, downsizing can also help free up assets, such as by closing underperforming stores, branches, or division. However, it's important to note that downsizing isn't just a quick fix. It requires a carefully planned, long-term, and people-oriented approach. If handled poorly, it can lead to significant consequences for both individuals and the organizations. As research shows, the real challenge is not just in cutting costs, but in implementing downsizing effectively, maximizing its benefits while managing the negative impacts on employees and company performance. Downsizing is often used to cut costs, but it comes with significant financial responsibilities. For publicly traded companies, layoffs must be reported in a Form 8K within 4 business days to meet regulatory standards. International companies must also comply with local disclosure laws. Beyond reporting, there are upfront costs. This includes statutory redundancy pay, notice periods, holiday pay, and other benefits, especially costly for firms with long-term staff. Adding on to that, the legal and administrative expenses for consultations and compliance with employment laws. If not handled properly, downsizing can lead to lawsuits and reputation damage, which can cost even more in the long run. So, while downsizing may appear cost-effective, it demands careful financial planning and legal attention. So the other consequences of downsizing business process is from organizational impact. In this aspect, it often requires realignment of resources and major internal restructuring. So human resource management must collaborate across departments to reassess staffing needs, match talent with new business goals, and reshape the company structure. Without careful planning, this can lead to miscommunication, low moral, and operational inefficiencies. HR team must take a proactive and strategic approach, ensuring that key personnel are retained and employee support is maintained during the transition. If not managed well, downsizing may damage the company's long-term performance rather than improve it. Second, the impact on employees. Downsizing deeply affects the moral and mental well-being of the remaining staff, often referred to as survivors. They may feel guilt, anxiety, or fear about their own job security. This emotional strain can reduce productivity and lead to burnout. In some cases, it may even trigger a wave of resignations. Research also shows that downsized environments see increased sickness and absence rates, especially among younger employees. In addition, workload gaps from reduced staff force remaining employees to shoulder more responsibilities. This can prevent them from learning new skills, stalling personal and professional growth, and further lowering motivation. In conclusion, while downsizing may appear to be a necessary business move, it comes with serious organizational and human consequences that must be handled with care, communication, and long-term planning.
So what is our company business downsizing process strategy? The first one, we will redesigning the process that have possibility lead to job losses to the labor. This strategy not only will maximizing the benefit to the stakeholder, but it also align with the ethical principle of benevolence that is focusing on minimizing harm to the worker. The second one, we will have a transparent communication with employee about the implication of the redesigning, and we will try to involve them in the transition process that will foster the trust and respect their dignity. We will ensure that the labor worker will not displaced abruptly, because this will help maintaining the moral and productivity during the projection change. The last one is assessing for the impact on the local economy and community. We will exploring alternative to enhance the process efficiency while doing our best to preserve existing job, or we will try to create another role for the worker to fit in the role of the new developed technology.
For conclusion, ethanol is a clean and renewable fuel that can help Malaysia reduce air pollution and also use less fossil fuel. It also bring benefit like more job, better farming, and also new technology for the country. For this project, we use the API method and we choose the BLMOT model as our financing method. This model helps save government money and share risk with private company, and also give a complete working plan at the end. It also supports skill development and long-term planning for the local community. With ethanol production and the BLMOT model under the API method, Malaysia can build a strong, fair, and also future-ready biofuel industry. Thank you.